Hi, everybody. My name is Curtis Walker, and this is EDL 396, and this is my leadership scan interview with Lillian Anthony, who is the customer service representative for Corning Incorporated. She is stationed, I can't say stationed, but she works in our Charlotte headquarters, our corporate office. And so, Lily, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, Chris, how are you? Pretty good.
Pretty.
No complaints. What about you?
I'm doing good. Good weather down here in Texas. I really can't complain myself, so I'm very fortunate to be in this position. So that's pretty cool.
Well, it's very nice to talking to you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. I'm glad you take the opportunity to allow me to do this interview. And so we're just going to jump right into this and say, so Lily, you've been working at Corning for a little bit, and Corning is this big communications company. In your experience, as we have, our leadership here, what's it been like for you working for Corning for the last few years?
Well, working at Corning, first of all, it's a very good company to work for. One of the best companies, I will say. It has a lot of benefits. It's one of the few companies that think about their employees still. And I can tell you that for the most part, it's fun, but obviously it has its challenges and it can be very demanding. But for people that maybe you and I, that we love to do what we do and work for this company, I think that is exciting. Is what we like to do, and we just do it the best of best we can.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So I know particularly how our company is structured. So I'm in the OCS division now, and you're still over in the Corning I, and we've experienced that we have these divisions where whether we were working as we were before working in the cable making, we were making cables, going through the clean space and the process, those processes, and now here we are working in corporate offices and working with a different group of people. We have different tasks and different functions. And I would say that it's been a great experience on my part. And for you, how had the transition as being a CSR now? How's that transition been for you? And what are your secrets for continuing to be effective and efficient in what you do?
Well, like you said, what is the process, the whole process of making cable. So, which it was pretty good and cool and interesting. But we didn't know the other side, that is, the one that we are now. And I always wanted to know, what was on the other side, like
Yeah.
let me put it that way.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the keys, for you to continue growing and exploring is get as much education as you can. On the other hand, experience, that is another thing that can help you to keep growing. And definitely, this side is, I guess, way more better.
Yeah.
Way better.
I would say so.
Way better. And but I mean, is just very very demanding, and you have to be committed to do a lot of things and sacrifice a lot of things too.
Right.
But I guess everything is worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. We work long hours, and obviously our job is really important. It affects something as simple as this, where we have the ability to have this communication back and forth, and Corning plays a great part in that. And as most people probably hear right now, so Lily is from Spain, and she came from Spain, and she's been here in the United States, and she is a citizen. And that experience that she's brought, growing up in a multicultural environment, whether it's in Spain or in Mexico, and now here in North Carolina, we work with a multicultural workforce, whether it's people overseas in Rio or Reynosa or in China or Japan. And in the corporate office, there are people that are from different parts, whether they're from Africa or India or France. And Lily is right in the midst of all of that and that work dynamic. So, as a multicultural person yourself, what do you think would be some of the pros? Like, what are the pluses of working in a multicultural environment? And then sometimes, what are the things that can be problems as well?
Well, the the pros of being, first of all, I'm going to speak personally. I think that being coming from a different country or being a foreign people is very good because as I speak Spanish and English, and well, that is like a plus for any job or any company that you work for. Mm-hmm. People that speak other languages is going to be always welcome to most of the companies, especially if they are in need of somebody that speaks Spanish or any other language. Mm-hmm. So that is pretty cool, and it's something that I can take, or we all can take on our favor. People that we are able to speak another language or more than one. Mm-hmm. And talking company wise, I think that a company that brings different cultures to within to work, for them. It makes it very interesting, and with a lot of variety of ideas and ideas and experiences. And sorry, I'm kidding. And it's always good to have more than one point of view. So coming from different places, it brings different cultures and different points of view also. So, and maybe the cons is that, well, we come here to a country that is not ours, and we have to learn your culture, and we have to adjust or kind of be kind of be pretty flexible, and just go with the flow, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It takes a lot of sacrifices and courage, but I'm sure that there is a lot of people that they leave everything they have in their countries for maybe just come to have a better life, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I think there's truth to that. It's not always easy to like uproot yourself, and particularly here in the United States, where it's already a melting pot with cultures and subsets and cultures and traditions and lifestyles, and then bringing your own perspective from your upbringing and growth, and then the fact that you had the experience to work in multiple places in the world, and here you are being super successful, in my opinion, working for a Fortune 500 company. According, as we say, we connect the world, and you're a big part of that. So I'm grateful to be one of your coworkers and also a friend. So I thank you for that answer. And speaking of that,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I guess this is mutual, because I'm very proud of you and all your accomplishments and everything you have done so far. And I know that this is not all. You're gonna go for more, and you are an inspiration for a lot of people, including a new generations, or kind of teenagers. So yeah, they should kind of listen what you have to say, and follow the example because I know you have worked very hard for all this too.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah. so, so getting back from that, uh, uh, what I will touch on is leadership, and this will be a little abstract. Now we have leadership within our company, but you as a mom, and obviously you're empowered to do your job. So, as a mom and working for a company that's very demanding, what we do, obviously there's a certain amount of work pressure that comes with it, but also you have mom pressure where raising children. That balance, what do you think has been the secret to your success as being a good encourager, as being a listener, as being an empower, right here, right there within your own family unit?
Um, well, like you said, the key is to try to keep a balance, and sometimes it's not easy. But pretty much what I do is just take one day at a time and just plan, day by day, and try to, uh, like, okay, if I'm at work, it's work. I focus on work. I do everything I have to do, all my tasks, everything. Once I'm at work, I forget about work and I come home and I'm the mom and I try to dedicate the rest of my time or the rest of the day to them and or anything else that I have to do. Mm. And but yeah, it can be a little bit hectic. It can be a little bit not always like you want it to be or like you expect, but it, it's a good thing about maybe being flexible and just adjust, and take things as they come. Mm.
That's a good answer. I know that that's true because life isn't always so squeaky clean and perfect. We gotta.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we work an interesting environment, and you kind of covered it. How it is to work with so many different people, so many different voices. What would you say in your time at Corning, and you've been at Corning for a few years now? What would you say is the highlight for working for Corning for all these years?
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up a little bit there. What is the highest what?
What would you say is your highlight? Like, what would you say is like when you look back at the time, and not that your Corning career is expired, it's keep going higher. What would you say like the moment you say that you could be very proud of? What would be your highlight right now?
I'm sorry, you broke up. I guess my internet is not very good.
It might be mine. Might be my internet. Oh.
What I would say that is my highest one, excuse me?
Will be your highlight. Like you could say, you can look right now and say, yeah, I'm proud to have accomplished that.
Well, one of the things that I'm kind of is there's many things, but personally or professionally, one of the things that I'm very proud of myself is that I was able to make some time to retake school and finish it and graduate. With a bachelor's, and I mean it's not easy. I had to do this, working 12-hour shifts, raising three kids, on kind of a critical ages, I guess, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah.
When I say this, I mean when they need you the most. They always need you, but there are different needs on the kids, so or with the children. So I took it like the teenage stage is not easy. Mm-hmm. So I had to do school, raising three teenagers and working 12-hour shifts, and it took a lot of sacrifice, but we all worked together as a team, and they helped me a lot, and they always encouraged me, and friends, including you. I mean, you were witness of that, and you were always very supportive too, and that helps a lot. It makes it easier, knowing that you have people that cares and love you, and they are with you. So that I can say that has been one of my biggest accomplishments. And obviously, what it made me, or what motivated me to do this, was that I want to grow, within the company, or with the company that I work for. And I realized that in order for me to move up and grow, you need to have education, and besides experience, and you need to be able to get things done if you wanted to pursue your goals, I guess.
Yeah, I think you and I both know as know how much education, as we watch people and through years and see positions available, and to realize how much education gives you a hand up or a foot up with the possibility of getting that position. And in case, and let me just lay it out plainly. So, Lily is a customer service representative, and we have, I mean, multi-million dollar accounts all over the world, and we're dealing with a lot of different transactions. So there's a great amount of responsibility for her being a CSR and me being a planner buyer. Um, Education it definitely has a role, and the fact that she was willing to go back and to complete a bachelor's degree, that's something that allows her to efficiently, effectively do her role. I think that that's outstanding. And Corning is a company that allows us to have these opportunities, so that's been pretty cool. And I guess the last thing that I would say is, uh, being that you're basically in the communication business, you're talking to people all the time. What would you say is your style of communication when we're dealing with customers and accounts, and, as well as the various meetings that we have all the time? What would you say? How do you go about communicating, and why do you think that you're so good at it? Because you are.
Well, thank you, though. The key when you communicate with customers is you need to be a good listener, and try to identify what their needs are. And once you identify what they need or what they are asking for, obviously try to go above and beyond to fulfill their needs. And in order for people that works in customer care, in order for them to, or for us to do that, we need to be very patient, very good listeners, and believe it or not, keep in mind that no matter what, the customer is always going to be right, and we need to treat them with respect, and just try our best to keep them happy, because without customers, we would be what we are. We need from them. We need them. Like they need us, but I mean,
Yeah.
So we need to keep them happy.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you behind that. We definitely try to, one, as we produce a quality product, and that quality product is, whether it is cables or connectivity, it's used all around the world. We know about broadband and internet and cell phones and your car screens and tablets. We truly are in the business of connecting the world, and each and every person we kind of look as an extension of what we do. And there's a great feeling knowing that
you are talking. I'm glad you did that side, or that part of the customer care, or what your job means, because you are kind of coming with a practical, side, and I'm coming more like with the I don't know, I guess emotional or kind of, yeah, kind of emotional, not as practical as you. But I think that both need to be combined, to make one whole thing.
No, I agree. I and I guess that springs us to the last thing is that there's a lot of teamwork that goes into this. I remember um, working in what's it called? iPod? Yeah, an iPod, and you working in clean space, and I know that I could not do my job in iPod if you did not do your job in clean space, and then they couldn't do their job in jacketing and buffering and all the way down until we were delivering a quality product out the door. And now here it is, we're in different roles, right? You deal directly with customers that I will never speak to, more than likely, and then I plan based on your orders and your relationships that you build because you're building those relationships and those relationships are the reason that we're in business, right? So
there's always
yeah,
teamwork behind.
yeah,
I mean, no matter where you work or who you work with, but it's not only one person, it's a teamwork and it's like a chain reaction.
yeah,
You just say it. I mean, if we don't build those relationships, there's no business. And if there's no quality, there's no business. There's no. So it's definitely teamwork behind.
yeah. I agree. Well, I guess that brings us to the conclusion. I thank you, Lily, for taking some time out of your day. I know that you're very busy.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciate you allowing me to interview you for this course. So thank you so much.
No, thank you, and have a good night. And appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye bye.